by the barn where the stories grow, under the sun where the warm winds blow. A sanctuary where the hearts unite. Come join the love in the golden light. Love lives here where the open skies sing. Every soul finds a place to cling. Join us today, feel the warmth inside, in the Barnside Chat where the love won't hide. Whispers of care in the gentle breeze, laughter that dances among the trees. Every life matters, every heart's a flame. Together we gather, no one's the same. Love lives here where the open skies sing. Every soul finds a place to cling. Join us today, feel the warmth inside, in the Barnside Chat where the love won't hide. Love lives here where the open skies sing. Every soul finds a place to cling. Join us today, feel the warmth inside, in the Barnside Chat where the love won't hide.
Hello friends, hello, welcome to Heath's Barnside Chat. My name is Derek and I am ED and co-founder here at Happily Ever Esther Farm Sanctuary, of course located in Sheffield, Ontario, Canada. Let me know in the comment feed where you're tuning in from. I hope you're having a wonderful day today, wherever that might be. Hello to Sylvia from rainy Montreal. Hello to Jerry Lee from Maine. Hello to Mary. Oh, we got two Marys here. Hello. Alyssa from Long Island. It's so good to see you. Gail from Long Island as well. We got all sorts of people tuning in from around the world to hear all of the latest happenings here at the sanctuary. It has been a crazy week here at the sanctuary, and it's one that we signed up for in this work, but it's one that I hope we never have to repeat again. We are pretty tired, but that is the least of the problems. Today we have a lot to talk about. The first thing we're going to talk about is the Great Pig Bucket Party. The next thing we're going to talk about are some resident updates, of course, facilities updates, and then we'll be ending with the magic rainbow bag, if we can make it there. I'll try to get through all of the updates so that we can actually get to the magic rainbow bag. Oh, hi. Mercy says, hi, I'm coming. I would like to be on Barnside Chat with you. Hello, baby. I'm here in the arena, hanging out with Mercy Mouse and April. I can hear her chatting me up, and Brindle and Hercules are right over there. I'm hoping to go sit with them. Hello, baby. Hello. It's nice that you came to see. She always comes to check out what's going on when she hears my voice. I think it's because she's hoping that I'll give her a muffin or a treat. She comes to see me in the yard quite frequently going by, and I always have a healthy supply of mints in my pocket. Hello, baby. Oh, hello. You want to come in and have a bed? Why don't you come in here? Why don't you come in here and make a bed with me? Why don't you come in here and make a bed with me? Huh? Why don't you come in here and make a bed with me? Come in here. Come on in here. Come in here, we'll do belly rubs. Come on in here, we'll do some belly rubs. Yeah, come on in here. Come on in here, let's do some belly rubs. Come on in here. Hey, come in here. You're on TV, you're on live Barnside Chat. Yeah, come on in. It has been a crazy week that just has not been stopping. What happened now? I know. It's running a sanctuary is not something that is very easy on the heart, but you know what? Grief is the price that we pay for love, and there's a lot of grief happening right now. In terms of resident updates, I might as well jump ahead of the program and get right to it. This week we've had a couple of on-farm emergencies. We've had a couple of on-farm lamenesses show up, but the most important one to talk about are the emergencies that led us to take both Gilbert and Elmer to OBC. Elmer presented, first of all, Gilbert presented. Gilbert was picking at his feed for quite some time and losing a lot of his body mass, and so Gilbert was taken to OBC first for some diagnostics to try to figure out what was making him so uncomfortable. Last year, you may remember, Elmer went into OBC for a thiamine deficiency, and thiamine deficiency can show up in many forms, and it looks different every time. So they started him on immediate thiamine support, and they did ultrasound imaging on all of his, all of his innards to make sure that there was nothing that was remarkable. He did show some kidney renal values that were not great, and I think it was 2 days later, Elmer presented unable to get up in the barn, and we had to use the sled and get it under Elmer and get him on it, and he was unable to stand. He was very, I don't know what the word is, he was just staring off into space and not being very responsive at all. Unfortunately, Elmer passed away it was about 10 hours after he arrived at OBC, and we're shocked, as are the great team at OBC. There was nothing in his blood that was remarkable that indicated that death would be the outcome, and we're saddened. This is a huge surprise. And Gilbert remains stable. He is stable, and this is him at OBC getting triaged, but something's going on. We figure the best thing that we can hypothesize is that they are both from similar, well, they're both from the same place, and they came from a place of where, maybe neglect is not the right word, but they were, they both had similar health stories from where they came from. And we're hoping that it isn't anything that is contagious that affected them or that can affect the rest of the herd. But Gilbert is on thiamine support to try to get a miraculous rebound out of him. Last year when Elmer went in, he was blind. He was presenting as blind, and with thiamine support and fluid support, he had a pretty big rebound. About 48 hours later, he was up on his feet, and it was almost like nothing had happened. We were hoping that was going to be the case this visit, just with some thiamine support, that they would both bounce back. We're devastated by the loss. It's never easy to. This work is hard on the heart, and we tried. We did everything that we knew how to do for these boys, and so sweet Elmer has crossed the Rainbow Bridge, and Gilbert is, he's receiving daily support at OBC, and we have volunteers and staff members are going to see him and visit him to make sure that we're doing everything that we can. He received a rumen transplant yesterday, in hopes that they can reboot his rumen and get his appetite back and get his system working again. But we are extremely guarded with the prognosis. And Elmer Elmer's body went for post-mortem. That was this morning, and we placed a pretty heavy weight on getting this post-mortem because the herd health is very important to us as it relates to the other beings that we're taking care of. So, yeah, it's been a shit week. Yeah, it's not been great. So we'll keep you updated as soon as we know anything about Elmer's post-mortem. I guess we're concerned about a transmittable or a viral situation that could affect the other goats. So far, our other goats are, they're doing their goat thing, and everybody's eating and drinking normally and doing what they should be doing. Age problems aside, like arthritis, those things don't go away, but everybody's appears to be doing okay. We're keeping a close eye on them. The vet was most concerned about some sort of a viral meningitis that would be a dangerous situation for everybody here on the ground. So we'll keep you updated as soon as we know more. And life is fragile. So, yeah. Long live Elmer, and let's keep our fingers crossed that Gilbert can have a big rebound and make it out of OVC and be back on his feet and be strong and healthy. Right now, he only is able to stand for a short period of time before he wants to lay back down. He's on a very strict diet there. They're trying to get his system back up and going, but I'm not going to lie, we are definitely scared. We're definitely scared for Gilbert. These aren't the kind of updates that I like to talk about, obviously, with you, and bringing this news to you is hard for us to talk about, especially when it's so fresh. And Gilbert will, our fingers are crossed for Gilbert. And with Elmer, Elmer will be cremated. He'll receive a private cremation, and his remains will be back in a few days here on farm, where we will spread them on Memorial Trail. And I just want to say thank you to our monthly donors that allow us to act quickly and just without hesitation heading to OVC. And OVC is not a very cheap trip at all. It's highly expensive, and because of our monthly donors, we were able to just go there and get the care that we need in order to provide comfort for them. So fingers crossed for Gilbert, and special thanks to our monthly donors. Okay, Mercy went over into the next bed. I'm gonna go follow her, do a change of scene here. Oh, there's Mama. There's Mommy. There's Mommy. Hello, can I get a kiss? Can I get a kiss? She says, we'll go to kiss. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I get lots of kisses. Oh, wow. Thank you. Thank you. I will sit here with Mama. Let me bring this over a little bit here if I can. I'm going to sit here and hang out with Mama. She smells so good. And we'll give her some belly rubs and some shoulder rubs. And in the comment feed, I know you'll tell her how much you love her. Hello, baby. Good girl. Good girl. So I guess I should continue with the resident updates, since that is a big portion of the week being such a rough week. So the resident updates, I'm bouncing all over here today. No, you know what? I'll keep on track here. I'll try to keep it on track. This past weekend we had about oh my gosh, I don't know where. This past week we had sorry, my brain is a bit fried. It's been It's been very late nights, tons of worry, reacting to 1,000,001 problems on the farm. And yeah, this week has been unlike any other that I can remember so far into. Everything's backwards on the camera too. I just feel, I feel disheveled, a bit tired. But we show up every day for these guys. And, you know, these guys are the reason that we're here. We're here to give them everything that they need and react to their daily needs and what they're telling us they need. And yeah. Okay, let me try to shift gears a little here. This past weekend, we had the Great Pig Bucket Party, and we had over 100 guests come to the farm and help us feed out pumpkins to all the residents. I want to thank everybody that came out this weekend to participate. It was awesome to see new friends and old friends alike, and it was a bit rainy and windy, so we had to keep a lot of our outside activities inside, and one of those things we blew up is the big pink balloon. It was nice to see that in the arena. Lots of excitement. Lots of people running around visiting the residents and hearing about the mission and everything that we do here. So it was another successful weekend in terms of the Great Pig Bucket Party. I know last week we spoke about the fundraiser for our seniors, our senior care. And if you follow along closely or if you get the newsletter, you know that we met that goal. Thankfully, we met that goal. And last week we were at $23,800, and we were trying to raise it by the end of October 15th. And I'm very happy to report that we did meet the goal. And without you, I mean, we wouldn't have been able to do that. It's, you know, every dollar that was donated to that campaign is going to be transformed into comfort one way or another, whether that be comfortable bedding, dry bedding, blankets, but mostly medicine. It's dry bedding and medicine is what that was for. And because of you, we know that we're going to have a warm winter, and our meds for our seniors, our increased med costs based on, you know, the pain meds that we need to give our residents in order to provide all of the comfort. All because of you, Mama, Brindle, April, Mercy, Brindle, Hercules, April, Sammy across the hallway, Winifred, Diablo, Gilbert, Elmer. You know, you guys help every single day, and we just can't thank you enough for that. What else is going on? So in terms of resident updates, we had a lot of challenges this week that seemed to present all at the same time. And let's see if I got hat head here. It was a crazy couple of days. Not only did Gilbert and Elmer get rushed to OVC on individual emergency transport, our buddy Sammy had a bit of a rough week. And as you know, Sammy is a Yorkshire pig, and he presented with a front left hoof infection. And hoof infections, as you know, if you've been on our journey, you know that hoof infections can be extremely dangerous, and they can evolve very, very quickly. So Sammy was presenting with a really large left foot stagger, if you will, or a limp. And so we did an appointment with Sammy, and we got him up in the Zim Pro, which is the lift system that we have here. And rather than make Sammy walk down to the medical center, we brought all the equipment to him. Yeah, you can see right there with his big front left shuffle. Well, we lifted him, and we were able to do a pretty good healthy trim, a pretty good trim up on that foot, and we found 2 soft spots in the nail that are causing him trouble. So we found the infection, thankfully. We do boot soaks with tetracycline to try to clean up the infection. He's also on systemic antibiotics and then as well as pain medicine to help him. And he's isolated right now. We have him removed from the herd. And yeah, after that appointment with his foot, and we blocked his foot. And blocking his foot means that it's basically a rubber pad that we glue to the bottom of the good toe. And that means that the bad toe is lower than the good toe. And so when he walks, he's walking just on that good toe, and it provides just enough space for the bad toe to not have any pressure on it. So he is doing well that way. He almost had instant gratification in terms of when we glued that block on, which was reassuring that we found the spot of infection and that it provided the relief for him. But now it's just daily cleaning, daily boot soaks in order to make sure that that we can get ahead of this infection. So here is an image of Sammy's front left foot, and using the heat camera you can see that that toe on Sammy's foot is really red, and the red indicates heat or a big change of heat. So you can see further up it's green and yellow, but that toe is just on fire with red, and that's indicating that's where the infection is. So we have these tools that we use in order to overcome these situations. So fingers crossed for Sammy that we'll be able to do.
I know you're not gonna. Yes, you're not gonna do that to me. You're not gonna do that to me. Gonna give me a little nibble. Oh, baby girl, she smells so good. Oh, there's a big yawn coming. Here's a big yawn.
What else have we got going on in terms of residents? Resident update: Mr. Diablo's not having a good day today. He's this morning he was not himself, and I took a little video so we can show the vet the progression of the arthritis in his back left leg. You can see he's walking, he's very uncomfortable. He doesn't want to be near me. He's just trying to get away from me, which is usually the opposite way that Diablo presents. If you go in and sit down, he wants to be with you. You can see that back leg tremor. He doesn't want to put any weight on it. Diablo is an old fellow, and he's CAE positive, which is something that we're watching very closely. And it's just decrepit arthritis in that back leg. We've increased his pain medicine. We're doing laser treatment on it to try to stimulate some positive blood flow to that area. And yeah, fingers crossed for Diablo. It's one problem after the next this week. We'll talk about Tammy now. Tammy's had a bad couple of days, and last year, around the similar time frame, you may remember that Tammy got taken to OVC for she couldn't walk in a straight line. She could only walk on a diagonal, and she didn't want, and that was because she didn't want to put all of her weight on a certain side of her body based on the soreness that she was, the pain that she was having. So she presented as not being able to get up. She couldn't right herself from laying down to, to sternum. So she needs help right now getting up, and so she needs, she's getting a lot more monitoring. But when she's up, she is able to walk in a straight line, and she appears to be mostly comfortable. She's walking really high on her back feet, so on her tippy points. And here she is on the scale with Kevin. We brought her into the scale just to get a weight on her, because along with her presenting with this spondylosis flare-up again, she has stopped eating. And if you know pigs as well as I do, that is an enormous red flag, a signal to us that something is not right. You know, they should be. So when she presented with not eating, we increased her pain meds, and of course, trying to get pain meds into her when she's not eating is a feat all on its own. And so we're trying all different types of food that we have on hand, molasses and peanut butter and apples. Apples was the thing that she will eat. So we were able to put some of her meds in apples.
Hi. She says, give me more. Yeah, she says, give me more. Hi. Oh, you want to be on my leg? You want to be on my leg? Yes. That's okay.
So we were able to get her meds into her in unconventional ways. Typically, we just give them in cookies, and she eats them up. But so now we're having to do injectable meds and trying to stimulate her appetite. She's been given B12 shot, and we're gonna wait another day and we'll give her another B12 shot, and then if that doesn't work, then we'll try steroids to stimulate her appetite. We did a full laser treatment on her spine, right from the back of her neck all the way to her tail, and hoping that that provides relief. She is walking pretty good, but the not eating is a huge concern for us, and definitely has all of our attention right now. So yeah, the problems just keep going and going and going and going, and what else is there to tell you?
Brindle had. Hi. Eyes of mama face. She says, I just want to kiss. She says, now I want to lay on your arm.
Brindle had a pretty exhausting weekend, and Brindle has hind end ataxia and muscle wasting, and he's a bit clumsy, and he's been more clumsy this week than he's ever been.
Oh my gosh, his big piggy head is on my hand.
I can't get it out. I can't touch the screen.
Oh, darling.
She smells so good right now. I wish that there was smell-o-vision so that you could smell what I'm smelling, because it is just a wonderful, wonderful, sweet smell. Oh gosh. I wish I could hang out here all day with Mama.
Okay, I need to take this hand back.
Oh, there we are.
Oh, hi. Okay, I get it. You want some closeness.
So yeah, Brindle has been a little more clumsier than he has been. Brindle has his hind end ataxia and sort of loose hips has something that presented about 2 years ago, maybe a year and a half ago. No, it's been almost 2 years, and he's had more time on the ground than we ever imagined was possible when that first presented. He's a strong fighter. He's a goofy boy, and thankfully he is, he's pretty chill about his treatments and us helping him, which has made this monumentally more easy to help him up. But right now, here, I can show you a picture, or not a picture, I can show you. He's over there in the corner with Hercules and Mercy, and that's Brindle against the fence line there. But he's doing good still. His herd has not done anything too scary. He's still mostly able to get away quickly, and yeah, I'm scared for Brindle, because if it comes to a point where he's not able to get up, that's a threshold for us that we have done everything that we can to help him. And isolating Brindle, pulling him out of his herd, and just having him on his own is not the right decision. So, yeah, my heart is pretty heavy right now. Not gonna lie, it's been a terrible week. What else have I got to talk about? What else do we have to talk about? Trying to look on the bright side of things. You know, the farm never stops. There's always stuff going on here in terms of facilities, trying to make what we have here better each day for the residents. And the facilities team has been working hard to get all of our birds, their outdoor spaces, covered with this aviary netting. And it's a project that's been ongoing, and they started it a couple weeks ago, and they finished the outdoor aviary for the ducks. It's hard to tell there, but above the ducks there is a net that is stretched over the entire thing and goes down on the side walls, and that is to protect them from leaving and of course from any predation from coming in. So I'm very proud of the facilities team for installing those nets. They put guide wires, hundreds and hundreds of feet of guide wire and just hundreds and hundreds of feet of this netting and attaching it all around just perfectly. And yeah, now our birds are even safer than they were when we arrived. So we're pretty chuffed about that. The sunset the other night, the sunrise the other morning. I don't know if you live in southwestern Ontario. If you did, you got this beautiful sight. It was this beautiful, almost like a periwinkle blue and a very, very deep pink sky in the morning. It was just so beautiful. And then the sunrise, here's another photo over the pig fields. It was a really remarkable thing. And it's important to stop and smell the roses, so to speak. And I don't know about you, but I'm pretty jazzed about beautiful sunrises and beautiful sunsets and the moon. So yeah, I've been looking up a lot lately. What else do we need to do? My mind is pretty scattered, friends. I'm not gonna lie. I want to be with Tammy. I want to be with Brindle. I want to be with Gilbert. I want to be with Diablo. I want to be with Sammy. I want to be with Winifred. I'm feeling pretty stretched this week, but you know, it's a privilege to do this work and to try to find comfort for these guys. It's more than a full-time job. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365. I wake up with my mind thinking about them, and I go to bed thinking about them. Okay, I have been skipping the magic rainbow bag questions for a couple of weeks. It seems like I have so much to talk about, and I want to acknowledge your questions and everybody's involvement here. Here on the page, your comments and your likes and your nonverbal communications, your hearts, your thumbs up, all of those things, your ideas about what we can do for the residents, you know, they all matter so much to us, and you're all the reason that we're here. So let's answer some of your questions. Some of these have been in the question bag for a long time, but let's see if I can answer some of these. Why is Brian's name capitalized? Oh, Terry, that's a great question. I actually don't know why they do that. Maybe our kind admin, Christine, who's here on the page with us, knows why we do that. Why do we capitalize Brian's name? I think it might be a character reference off of a TV show, perhaps. I think that's what we would, that's where my mind lands on it, but sometimes the residents, their namings come from staff members, and I'm not always in on the inside jokes, but yeah, I'm not sure why his name is capitalized. Is Bear Care not happening anymore? Jerry Lee. Yeah, Bear Care is happening. We just got off schedule there for a few weeks, trying to cover for people's vacations, and we've had some illnesses, and so the schedules got changed around quite drastically, but Andrea was at the wheels last week for Bear Care, so you can scroll back in time and see that. I hope you got a chance to catch that. What's this say? I watched several of the videos of the transfers of the pigs, BJ, the cats, and I actually never asked how long was the trip. Excuse me. Thank you for asking that question. I think you're referring to when we moved here. How long was how long was the road trip? Oh, there it is. Bird running intensely and nonstop. Oh my gosh, that is hysterical. I did not know that. So it's an acronym. Oh my God, of course it is. Oh man, why am I not surprised? That is hysterical. So that's what equals Brian. Thank you very much, Christine. I definitely missed out on what Brian stood for. But yeah, bird running intensely and nonstop, that definitely, oh man, it's good to laugh. That definitely describes how that definitely, oh, thank you for another kiss. I could take your kisses all day. Yeah, thank you very much for clearing that up. That's pretty funny. So the actual trip from the Campbellville farm to the new property here where we're at was about 30 minutes if you drove fast. But since we weren't driving fast and we had residents in the trailer, etc., it was about a 45-minute drive. And yeah, we had old Grandma Walter here at the wheel for most of those trips. And for those of you that know me, if you're trying to go somewhere fast, you don't want to be in my car. I like to take my time, and I don't generally speed that much, and I'm a full stopper, and that might annoy some of you, but that's just the way that I drive, and that's always been the way. And my mama, when she was teaching me how to drive, and my dad, my mom was definitely a passenger driver or a backseat driver, and you know, she would correct me the whole way if I was speeding or following too closely or doing stuff like that. But yeah, about a 40-minute drive is how long it took for each trip. Who is the most friendly cat out of all of them? Allison wants to know that. Who is the friendliest cat out of all of them? Well, I think that they're all really friendly. You know, they each have their own quirks.
Oh, sorry about that, Mama. You're in my pocket.
Good girl. She's got her hoof up on me. I think if I was to say who is the friendliest, I think they're all really friendly. It depends on the day and what kind of a mood they're in, but Enrique, he's definitely really friendly most of the time. You know, they still do have their moments where they don't want to be, you know, they don't want to be acknowledged, they don't want to be pets, or they don't want to be picked up, and that's just fine. And then I think next would be Claudia, and then in terms of friendliness, Sadie. Sadie is a really friendly cat, but she's also pretty timid as well, and rightfully so, because Claudia and Ricky definitely keep her on her toes. But last night I had a really great moment with Sadie, one that I've not yet had with her since all this time knowing her, and it was in the lunchroom, and she was so affectionate. She was just like meow, 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 and she was all over me, and wanted to be acknowledged and wanted pets, and yeah, that was pretty cool for me. So they all are pretty friendly. Dolores. Yeah, Dolores is good. Yeah, she lives with me, and she's doing great. Her and Callie are best friends. They sleep on the same bed together every night, and she's doing great. She doesn't do much commingling with the cats here on the property. She keeps mostly to herself, but occasionally Ricky comes over. Well, not occasionally, almost daily. Ricky comes over to check Dolores's dishes to make sure that Dolores is, cleaned them up the right way. Is Diablo back to being his menacing self? Okay, so Brooke, sorry about not being able to answer that a couple weeks ago, but he's been up and down like a yo-yo, and today's not been a great day for Diablo. He is still a menace, but he's not back to his old self. This might be, we're on a pain management journey right now, trying to figure out what will make him the most comfortable. So we're talking about him a lot. Is Pouty a senior resident? No, Brooke. Pouty is not one of our seniors. He's still got a few years before we consider him to be a senior. More questions. I'm curious, is there an alpha in this group? Oh, I don't know. Whoopsies. Oh my gosh. I don't know what or who you're referring to that way. Is there an alpha in the group? I would assume you're talking about one of the pig herds, but yeah, there always is an alpha in the group for sure. And it doesn't take long to see who it is if you just sit back and observe quietly. So yes, there's always alphas. Question for the magic rainbow bag: is the black cat still around, the same black cat that lived around the barn before you moved in? And nope, I haven't seen that black cat. I was driving down the driveway last week, and out in the middle of the wheat field, I definitely saw him. We don't have a name for him, but he remains close. And there's quite a few neighboring properties that are close to us that are farm properties. So I wouldn't be surprised if he lives at one of those farms, or if he checks us all out and, you know, he goes from farm to farm to see what's going on. So he's definitely around. Oh, the question pertained to the cows. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you, Terry. There it is. So I'm curious about the alpha group. I'm glad that you're here. There it is. Pertains to the cows. So yes, there is definitely an alpha in the group, and I would have to say that alfalfa is the alpha. So alfalfa, the alpha. I think I had one more question here in the magic rainbow bag. Will there be a new calendar for 2026? It's been 2 years since they were done, and I was told by text that they would be one for 2025, but that didn't happen. Oh no, I am old.
You want some snuggle buttons?
I look forward to seeing all the residents each month. Please tell me there's something I can look forward to. I hope to see the calendar in the Heath store soon, unless it's there now. Yes, I am happy to report that we do have a calendar, and that will be available for purchase in the beginning of November. So just a couple weeks, and you'll see placement of that. And if you've signed up to the newsletter to keep current with everything that's going on the farm here, we'll definitely blast that out to everybody. Yeah, Elfie the Alpha. I love that. So yes, we'll have a calendar. It's looking great, and we look forward to hearing if you like it. That'll be available soon for purchase. So, and of course, any money that is raised at the Heath's store, the profits from that store go directly back into the farm to help the daily care for shelter, and everything that we do here at the sanctuary operates from your kind donations, and there's a little bit of money that the store makes. So we're looking forward to that. I think I answered all of the questions. Let me just scroll through here. I know I've gone way over on time. Isn't Winifred doing better? Yeah, Winifred is doing better. As you know, Winifred broke their front left foot, and they've been in solo stall healing for about 4.5 months. We have moved them to a stall now, a larger stall. They're still on their own because we need them to get some of their muscle mass back, and yeah, she's doing really good. She has outside access, and we're going to be looking to integrate her with a group. And it might not look exactly like it was when she was pulled out from her group. We're thinking about creating another pig herd, not a special needs herd, but a herd where we don't want a lot of aggression and a lot of behaviors. So we think there are several suggestions from all of the people here that love these guys so much about what could be some of the possibilities. Sammy and Helen could perhaps be moved in with Winifred. Sammy is an old man, and he's not keeping up with his herd, and it would be a perfect way, like non-competition for him and Winifred and Helen, and maybe even Ray and Braxton. That could be that could be some possible combinations that we'll let you know. We haven't made any decisions just yet. We don't have to make these decisions just yet because Winifred's got some time that they need to be in this larger stall with outside access before we ask anything of her in terms of integration. So there'll probably be a couple of deintegrations from other herds in order to make friends for Winifred. Yeah, Mama is having a good day. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. She says, thanks for noticing. She says, thanks for noticing. I got shoulder rubs and got to sit here with us on Barnside. This has been a long Barnside, and I really thank you for sticking with us through all of this. It's been a hell of a week. And yeah, I don't know any other way to put it other than just, man, am I friggin' worried. I am just a ball of knots right now with worry. It's not an easy job trying to interpret what everybody needs. And when so many individuals presented with challenges this week, it was just one after the next after the next. And I thought, man, is it a full moon? But it's not a full moon. I think we're coming up to a new moon. I think we're coming up to a new moon soon in a couple weeks. I think it's like the first week of November we have a new moon. So, yeah. No, thank you, Terry. I appreciate your condolences, and I appreciate everybody's love and support. And yeah, I really hope that we've got a good update for you guys coming up. We'll keep you up to date on Bear Care. Bear Care Corner is going to be full of updates. Oy, 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 oy. Yeah, I don't... Oh, I've got some more questions coming in here. Yeah, so many problems. Yeah, thanks, guys. I appreciate that. Just acknowledging that this is difficult is important. You know, there is nothing that is easy about this. But I'll keep fighting for them. I'll fight for them every day. I'll fight for them every breath. And that's our mission, you know. That's the mission that we agreed to. That's part of my life's mission, part of Esther's mission, is to provide lifelong care for farmed animals in need. And what a beautiful thing it is. But man, is it also really hard to watch, and it's super hard on the heart. But what a privilege it is to have our love go so many ways around the world and inspire people to be kind to farmed animals and inspire people to care for farmed animals. And that's what it's all about here. Thank you so much for tuning in to Barnside Chat. This is April the Pig. My name's Derek, and we'll see you guys soon. Be kind to sorry. Be kind to one another, everybody. Hold your loved ones close. We'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.
Join us today, feel the warmth inside in the Barnside Chat, where the